Alright guys, welcome back to Ghost to Host. I am Aaron Phillips, and I have Tammy with me today.
Hi.
Steven is no text, no show. Yes. Today we are going to be talking about our experiences, and yes, this you'll probably be like, oh, you stole this from Coast to Coast. Ready for this?
What?
And we're going to be talking about Grafton.
Nice.
It wasn't him. You would have known if it was him. Alright, with my show I start out with the paranormal news, and the only paranormal news I have today is, I don't know if you guys remember, but back a couple days ago there surfaced a video of some lady who was in an EMT, like an ambulance and stuff. I guess they'd been playing with Ouija boards and they claimed to be possessed by the devil. Well, they did a drug test on them and it was caused by drugs, not the devil.
It was caused by drugs,
It was
not the
caused
devil?
by drugs, not the devil.
Well,
I can't remember exactly what kind of drug it was. It started with a B, but it was drugs.
news when you share
Yes. Paranormal news is also when you share paranormal stories that you guys have experienced or have done within the last couple of days or day or whatever.
Ooh, speaking of which,
So
she got something thrown at her at work.
really,
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
Where were you?
It was I was standing by the door in the office, and I was looking at the back of the door, and one of their plastic bowl things. I have no idea where it was, where it came from, or what. But out of nowhere, I hear something hitting the shelf and then landing on the floor.
so it was in the back room,
And it was like the inside up.
and it was in the back room.
It was in the back room.
Okay, here's a funny story. Before we got the new soda machine put in, above the sink there actually used to be a shelf in there. And we would keep the chips up there, and we would also keep the extra large foam cups up there. I was standing in the back room, and I saw one of the sleeves of the extra large foam cups fly off the shelf and out the door.
I think Steven was telling me about that
Yeah.
the other night. That's just crazy. Beyond crazy.
Do you have a story you'd like to share?
So, if you've listened to our previous shows, you'll know that our hotel is haunted that we work at, and the third floor.
Someone died
exclusively.
in 341, I do believe.
Yes, and I had to clean that room today.
How long?
Nothing really
January.
happened in the room, but on the same exact place that Aaron saw a white shadow. I don't know if you can say white shadow, but like white figure.
White figure.
Run down the hallway is the same exact place I saw a white figure run down the hallway, and it's like right when the two hallways meet, and there's like a corner. And yeah, I was going into like the giant 2-bedroom suite, and I just see this thing, and I was like, look back, and it was gone. So
Yeah.
there's my story.
I don't have any today. Except for the mysterious. Steven hasn't texted me at all today. That's kind of paranormal in and of itself. So today we're going to be talking about the Grafton demon. And some people will be like, oh, we've been to Grafton. There's no demon there. Well, you're wrong.
Okay.
For some strange reason, and I think it's been following us for a while, we don't remember how long it was. I know that my sister, Tammy, and Steven and I were the ones that were there first, when we first made contact with this entity. And, it's okay, whatever, you guys met a demon, so what? But this is what the weird thing is before, or a little bit after this happened, my sister and her friend Amanda decided that they were going to move out to New Jersey. Well, it followed them out there. They experienced things all the way in New Jersey, while at the same time it was tormenting me. Steven claims that it was tormenting him. I don't remember a lot of stories that he told me, but I know it was tormenting me, Steven, Tammy, and for some strange reason it was tormenting Bradley. He had nothing to do with this,
I know.
but it
because-
was tormenting Bradley.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Speaking of evil,
It was Bradley. So yeah, speak of the devil. The first thing I want to do is ask my sister, when we first made contact with the demon, what do you remember? And just kind of speak up because you're not really close to the microphone, so I'm just going to sit this way
alright.
so that you guys are facing it. What's facing you guys?
I remember that night was so weird. It was beyond weird. No,
The
this
first-
is
the first
before I
time
met
that
you.
you
This was like
made-
a year and a half before I
The
met
first time you made
okay.
contact with the demon.
It
What
was
do
the
you
night.
remember
I
happening?
remember Tammy being really, really severely like creeped out, and Steven was acting really weird. Steven, if you guys don't know, he's got hip issues, and he can't raise his legs very far. But he went and sat in my brother's car and put his feet all the way up, like almost over his head, so his feet were resting on the top of the door of the car. And
Well-
I looked at him.
They also need to understand that Steven is not. He is not vertically blessed.
No.
So he stands probably 5'4". And it's not like it's a lot of people get their length from their torso or their legs. Most
He
of
has
his legs,
neither.
he has very, very small legs, and they're very short legs.
Shouldn't have choked her.
So I don't understand how that would happen. And if you can remember, when you claim to be able to see spirits. I don't know if you can talk to them or anything like that, but you claim to
Sometimes.
be able to see them. When you first saw it, what did you see?
A little girl. I think we all saw the little girl.
You saw it differently though.
Yeah.
Like I saw a brunette, you saw
A blonde.
Aaron saw blonde.
Steven said that he...
Bradley sees that.
That happens a lot. Steven said that he had seen... I think he said it was black hair. But I can't remember quite honestly what he said that he saw. But how long had you been seeing this little girl around before she manifested itself into what it really was?
That night, you weren't too sure about it. You didn't trust it. And so you called it out, and that's when it showed its true colors.
Mm-hmm.
But there was something weird about it. Like, I knew it wasn't going to live this long.
And why did you get that feeling?
Well, do you want me to tell the not safe for work version?
No.
She was being very nasty.
Okay, well, I want to know, in your opinion, when it first manifested itself to you as the demon, because we all claim that we saw different things, what did you see?
She had no iris. Her entire eyeballs were black. She was pale. She kind of reminded me of, like, the little girl from, like, from The Grudge. Like, if the little girl from The Grudge and the girl from The Ring had a baby. That's kind of what it reminded me of. And
Did you just shiver?
yep.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. When you saw it, did it say anything to you? Did it say anything? I know there's a few things that it did that we can't exactly talk about on the show because I don't know who would be listening right now, so it's not very appropriate.
She just did a lot of not safe for work stuff.
Yeah.
Like, she was just nasty.
Now, did she say anything to you?
Nope, she'd giggle a lot.
Now, when you were in St. George, was that the last time that you ever saw it?
No.
And what are some other accounts of you seeing this demon?
She would come to me in my dreams a lot. I would have
Every
night
night,
terrors.
actually.
Mm-hmm. And would she say anything to you, or would she do anything to you, or would it just be her appearing?
She would be there sometimes. Sometimes she would come at me right before I woke up, or right before Amanda would wake me up.
Yeah.
Like, it took Amanda to wake me up from it.
Now, did she say anything? Did she ever say anything that you can remember? I know that it's kind of hard to remember dreams that you've had, but, you know, something like
Towards
this.
the end, it was...
She was like calling your name and stuff too.
Towards the end,
Mm,
it was... She would just be like, you lose,
yeah.
kind of thing. Or like...
Now,
Or she would tell me to kill myself, stuff like that.
really? Well, I'm going to say that's a good thing that you didn't listen to her.
Mm-hmm.
Before you guys moved to New Jersey, was New Jersey the first place that she ever experienced it, or did she experience it here?
First time I ever took her to Grafton.
And what did you experience while you were in Grafton?
I could feel I could feel how aggressive everything was there. I think it even scratched me the first time I was there.
Now, is this when you went with Mike and everybody?
Yep.
Yeah.
And, like, she wasn't acting like herself. Like, she was just...
This
very
one
quiet.
wasn't, like, the very first time wasn't as intense as this past time that we went.
I don't know why I'm nodding. People can't see me nod. Now, did she ever follow you guys after that? Before you decided to go to New Jersey? Or was it kind of just like, did she leave you alone for a minute?
No, she never left me alone. I would have dreams all night. And then Amanda decided to leave first, back to New Jersey. And
Really? Oh, wait, no, that's right. I remember. Sorry, I dropped you and Brian
sleep.
off.
I didn't sleep for like 2 weeks straight
Mhm.
because I was afraid to. And finally, when I was just so exhausted that I actually slept, I had a nightmare, and it took both Brian and Chrissy to wake me up.
So, how long were you guys in New Jersey before it started affecting you again?
A couple of months.
Now, did it start
At
affecting...
least as far as I can remember.
Yeah. Did it start affecting
When I
you immediately, or was it before you got to New Jersey? Or, like...
Brian had to wake me up. A
Okay.
couple of nightmares.
Alright, so I have a weird question. I want you to describe what the eyes looked like. When you saw her in her demon form, what did the eyes look like?
Despair. Like, just pure, unadulterated.
Now, is that despair
Oppressive
on your
despair.
part, or is that despair on her part?
Mine.
Did she look like she was in despair, or did you feel like you were in despair when you were looking at her?
I felt like I was losing something when she would lock eyes with me.
Yeah.
And it was weird, even though like there was no iris and no point of like reference
couldn't
to where
see,
you
yeah.
could tell if she was looking at you or not. You
Mhm.
could tell.
Well, that's just a weird thing that with all these demons that we've come in contact with, I think they've all been similar to that way.
I think at one point she even said, "I know you."
Yeah. Sorry.
You know, up until I met everybody here, Laura, Aaron, Tammy, I've always believed in ghosts and spirits and stuff like that. I grew up in a house that had spirits of my family members that they were always making themselves, letting me know that they're there. And I never believed in actual, like, demons until I met everybody.
Sorry.
I
And
apologize for that.
don't apologize. Don't apologize, because it's been an experience. It's been a huge experience.
It made you
And now
become
I'm
more
more
sensitive.